What's good, everybody? Just found that old intro. I haven't seen that for years. It's an old intro. What I just found it on my computer. Uh, Hope you all good out there. Anyway, just thought I'd do a quick live Friday night, just talking about the shit what's happened in the week in the world of boxing. You got salute, Mike. Hope you're good, brother. So, uh, Let's start with what I've been banging on about all week. I don't want to talk about this too much tonight because I've been talking about it all week and it's becoming a bit boring now. I will do more videos on it when we get further news to see what's happening. But let's talk about this quickly. Mr. Fury, Mr. Usyk. It's exactly a week ago today that they said that this fight was made. I did a video on it on Monday. Like I say, everyone jumped on the bandwagon saying it was done. I didn't believe in it. Didn't think at all that it was done. Like I say, it's exactly a week now. Still not heard nothing apart from Fury's come out, moved the goalpost, saying to Usyk, no rematch clause, just a straight one fight, winner takes all. Frank Warren come out the day after or later on that day on Talk Sports. He said that I'll salute to you, Bruce. Hope you're good out there, brother. Thanks for coming through. I need to catch up with you, Bruce, because you always show through, man. It's very hard sometimes to find some of the American channels, obviously because of the time difference. I'm like 6 hours in front, but next time you're live, I definitely will pop through. Thanks for coming through anyway, Brucey boy. Yeah, so I forgot what I was saying now. Yeah, so Frank Warren then later come out saying this fight's definitely done. It's just a matter of signing contracts. That was on Monday. We're now on Friday. Still not heard nothing. The only thing what has changed is that apparently Tyson Fury's put a picture up on Instagram yesterday showing him and Javon Sugar has flown back to the UK, obviously to start training camp with him. But what I don't understand is he was in training camp with Lawrence Okole. So why would he leave Lawrence Okole, who's got an up and coming fight? Tyrone, salute to you, brother. I hope you're good, Ty. What was I saying? Yeah. Oh yeah, salute, Ty. So yeah, Sugar Hill's over here apparently now. But why would he leave Lawrence Okole halfway through a training camp? Doesn't make no sense to me. But like I say, I don't believe this fight's happening. It very well could happen, but I don't believe that this fight's happening. And you've got to look at the pattern of Tyson Fury. There's always some kind of obstacle or some kind of event whenever this guy is fighting with somebody. Deontay Wilder, like I said earlier in the week, he dragged that shit out for over a year when he was contracted to fight him. The same shit with Anthony Joshua. Yeah, the fight's on, it's on. No, it wasn't. It was never made. And then he blamed Joshua for ducking him. I blame Eddie and me personally for that because I think it was a legit contract. Probably a bit of bullshit in there somewhere, but Anthony Joshua, I think Eddie Hearn talked him out of that. So, if you want to get on Ty, you're welcome, you know that, or anyone. Tonight's sponsor, Cronenberg, thank you very much. So yeah, it's just a big mess. I don't believe in any of the, like I said, I don't believe the hype. When these two are in the ring, that's when I'll believe it. I hope they do make the fight because we all want undisputed. Everyone wants undisputed. Don't matter who it is. Everybody wants undisputed. I do anyway, and especially the blue ribbon division. You know, everyone, the heavyweight championship, especially being undisputed, it means more than anything. But the way how these heavyweights move now, that's why I know I've been banging on about this all week. But I don't really, if you look at the backlog of my catalogue, I don't really talk about heavyweights anymore. Probably Joe Joyce to do. I talk about Joe Joyce a lot because I like Joe, and well, I was going to say he's active, but he's very inactive just lately. But Loz, you look like you're about to work a cherry picker. How is he? Up, Dusty, Mr. Dusty Johnson, Dusty Foot. You're right, Mike. If anyone wants to get on, like I say, you're welcome. Sorry, I've got a flipping bad cold. Had it all week, like a chest infection or something. But yeah, so like I say, I don't believe in this shit. I don't believe in any real. I don't know what else to say about it. Like I say, I don't want to keep banging on about it because I've been on it all week. I think people are getting sick of me chirping on about it now. But like I say, I believe it when I see it. I hope to God it. Stop what? Stop eating ras, lads. I don't eat no ras, man. I just eat good food, me, Michael. Nothing but chicken, me. Chicken, broccoli, and rice. That's all I ever eat. Shit like that. Fruit. Um, chucking me off schedule now, Johnson. Pack it in. But yeah. So, like I say, I don't know. I'll come back to that if anyone wants to talk about it. But for now, I ain't going to make any more videos on it till I see what happens. I don't think it's going to happen myself. If it does, I hope it, like I say, I hope it does, but I don't know. I just don't know. So anyway, I'm going to move off that subject and talk about this. Seeing this was ordered by the WBC, seen it come up, I think it was either Dan Raphael or Michael Benson, someone put it up on Twitter. I knew this fight was coming anyway. I knew we weren't going to get the Bivol fight, but this has been ordered by the WBC. I'll do a video on this when it gets near it, but for me, excuse me, I can't see Callum Smith doing anything. I really can't. I like Callum Smith. I do actually like Callum Smith. I think he's a damn decent lad. He's never in media for shit or bad mouthing people. He's a really decent, down to earth guy. All them Smith brothers are, to be fair. You know, Beefy's younger brother, and I forgot the name of the older one, but I can't see that going anyway. He throws against Canelo in my eyes, and when he did have little pops at Canelo, he did all right. But for 80% of the fight, he was like a frozen rabbit in the headlights for me. So if you're gonna freeze against someone like Canelo, well, you can't freeze against someone like Peterviev because he's a ferocious puncher. I don't know if it'll be I don't know. You never know. I definitely can't see him beating Peterviev, but I just think, I just think he'll get wiped out. I don't think there's anyone what can beat Peterviev. The only person who I think can beat Peterviev is Bivol. I don't, and that's 50-50. Smith's not doing anything at general Zod. I don't know what you mean. Yeah, he obviously must. He obviously must mean Peterviev. Yeah, I don't think he is. I know he's had a couple of good wins, hasn't he? At light heavyweight. He's a big dude, Smith, but I don't think there's anyone who can do anything to Peterviev. He's just. I mean, I like Peterviev. I've liked him for a long time. Just every time The one time I did think that he was slowing down was against Joe Smith, and he just blew Joe Smith out of the water. Mike's put after Batavia is done with Smith, put in a good word, Loz. Put in a good word, Loz, because he is going to need a job. Yeah, he ain't doing it. Like I say, I don't think Yard did well against him, but it was only a matter of time before Batavia broke him down, plain and simple. Like I say, the only one I think can do anything or might have a chance of beating Batavia is Bivol. Because I do think Bivol is a very, very good boxer. I don't think he's got the power to stop him, but I think just a great boxer, Bivol is, and you can't take that away from him. I used to think he was a hype job, and then the day before he fought, oh God, who did he fight? It was after the Joe Smith fight. He fought somebody, and I watched him and I thought, man, this guy can fight. Tyrone's put Callum Smith can fight. Callum Smith can fight 100%. Agree with you, Loz. He throws like I can't. I need glasses, man. Whoever versus Canelo, status who people who say he sucks have only watched one of Smith's and have never watched his career. Yeah, exactly. The kid can fight, man. He won the bloody world what's that? Muhammad Ali trophy thing. I forgot what it's called. The World Boxing Series. The kid can fight, man. All of them Smiths can fight. I said for 2 years Bivol was the best at 175, and I got pushed back for it. Yeah, you did, Ty. Yeah, you did. He won the Super Six. That's it, Ty. Yeah, you did, Ty. And you know, Tyrone, because that's very fair. I'll give you that, Ty. I'm not saying it because you're my friend. That's very fair. You did say that. And I've always said that Batavia from a long, long time ago, didn't I, Ty? 2018, 2017, I said Batavia was a killer. There was something about him, what I watched about him, and I just thought, that boy's a killer, man. And now, I don't speak about him a lot now because everyone's jumped on the bandwagon. So when I'm one of them people, when I pick a fighter, I talk about him to my friends over like Tyrone and Mike and other people over the internet. And then when I start seeing loads of people jumping on the nutsack, I just go away from them fighters, me. I don't know why, I just do that. It's like Regis Prograis. I've always liked Regis Prograis. I thought Regis Prograis is a tremendous fighter. He's in my top five, sorry, best fighters, current fighters at the moment. A lot of people like Regis, and then they sort of didn't really speak about him. And then when he knocked out Usyk a couple of weeks ago, now everyone's on Regis. He's nuts now. So I put I put you on him. Well, I put you onto him versus Volstick. Yes, you did, Tyrone. Yeah, and do you remember Ty? I said he'll beat Volstick. And remember Brooklyn Chow boxing? Brooklyn Chow said no, he won't, and he cleaned. Volstick was a good fighter as well. That's where you. And I actually think that after that fight that Volstick was winning that fight, but then Bataviev's just one of them people. He's just a machine. He's like Joe Joyce. He just breaks you down physically and mentally. Just breaks you down, and that's a rarity in fighters. There's not many fighters what can do that. Just take everything what you give them, because that itself is demoralising. You've hit someone with all your best punches all night, and all they've done is just bounce off them, and they still keep coming forward. One, you're thinking, how the fuck am I going to get this guy out of here? And two, you just burn yourself out, especially if you're slugging them with big right and left hands all night. So yeah, just to wrap that up, um, I like Smith. The kid can fight. Yes, he can. I'm not going to take that away from him. He's got long arse reach. He's got a very good jab, actually, Callum Smith has. and he's a bit robotic. Sometimes he looks a bit stiff. He's got power as well. The kid's got power, man. But you need more than power against someone like Bataviev. He's just cut from a different cloth. He's just an elite fighter. Just an elite. Same with Bivol. Bivol's a great fighter, man. And I'll hold my hands up. I always said Bivol for years, didn't believe in the hype. And I watched him and I was like, man, this kid can fight, man. This kid can fight. Right, what we got next? Oh yeah, this is interesting. What do you think? Or what do you all think about this? About Joshua Buatsi leaving Matchroom and DAZN and moving across to boxing with Sky Sports and Ben Shalom. I watched an interview today, right? I watched an interview today on Talk Sports, and I never knew this, but apparently Eddie Hearn come out and said after he'd gone from Eddie Hearn that he offered him not 100 million. He offered him 1 million. He was offered £1 million to fight Bivol, and he turned the fight down. But then, if you watch the interview with Talk Sports and Joshua Buatsi from, I think it was from yesterday or today, he's talking about numbers and talking about like not pay per view, but like best promotion. Because he was talking about his Richards fight, saying, well, he didn't think that it was shown very around the world much. But, oh, salute Stormy, salute to you, brother. Thanks for coming through. Like I say, if anyone wants to get on, just let me know. I'll shoot you the link. Yeah, so he was talking about being on the bigger platform. Sky have got the bigger platform. His fights are going to be shown out there. But then I was reading the comments. Man, he was getting slated because people were saying, hang on a minute, you've never fought nobody. Your best fight was Richards. And you were very lucky to beat Richards. And then he admitted on TalkSport that he was offered £1 million to fight Bivol, and he turned the fight down because he was saying it was what come with it. It wouldn't have been shown worldwide. Basically what he's saying is he wants to be headlining bills and his name up there in the stars and the lights, and stuff like that. But you ain't fought nobody. Frank Warren, this I do know. Frank Warren offered you to fight Anthony Yard, and nothing ever come of that. He turned that down. So he admitted today on TalkSport that he turned down £1 million to fight Bivol for the chance of winning a world title because he was saying it was on a poor platform and nobody would have watched it. That's crazy, that. Fuck the money, man. I'd have gone for the belt. But for me, I've never been strung up on Joshua Buatsi. I think he can fight. Yes, he can fight. But I've seen him again. I can't think of the guy's name. He fought some white dude with a bald head, and he struggled against him. Some foreign guy, I don't know if he was Polish or something, some Eastern European, someone like that, and he struggled. And then he fought Richards after, and to be honest, that could have gone either way. I could have said that Richards beat him. I don't know. I just don't think he likes. He doesn't like it. To me, he doesn't like it when he gets pushed back on the back foot. If you can put him on the ropes like Richards did, and that other dude with the bald head, he doesn't like it. He doesn't like fighters who fight on the inside. He seems to struggle with fighters who like to fight on the inside. He seems to be a rangy fighter who likes to pick fighters off with his long arse arms and stuff like that. But for me, I've always said I think Anthony Yard beats him. I don't know. I think Callum Smith would beat him. I don't know because I've never seen him. I don't know how good the lad is because I've never seen him fight anyone. He's, like I say, his best win is against Richards, and that was That was a 50-50 fight. You know, he's gone to America with Virgil. Is it Virgil Hunter? I didn't know his last fight was the Richards fight was nearly a year ago. So he's inactive. He hasn't fought anyone, and he's 30 years old. And then you look at that Dan Aziz, this dude here, he was younger than him, and he's done more. The kid on the right has done more in his short career than what Buatsi's done in his long career. He's the British, European, and Commonwealth champion. What's Ben Shalom going to do? Have him fighting bums again, but on a big platform? You, you, you know, there's a lot of fighters out there, I think, or a lot of so-called fighters. They give these fighters the hype. It's all very well and being when you're duffing up fucking bin men and Uber drivers and, the same old shit, the church fucking vicar and stuff like that. It's very good when you've got boxers what are hitting fighters what don't hit back. As soon as they step up a level, they get found out. Not all of them, but some of them who have got this hype. I always remember Fernando Vargas being hyped up this, that, and the other, and then he fought Felix Trinidad, and he just got he got wiped all over the place. Felix Trinidad wiped the floor with him. So, me personally, that's why I'm saying I'm not too strung up on Joshua Buatsi, because I've never seen him fight anyone who's really of a good part. I'm not saying Richards is a shit fighter, but Richards is like British European level. I'm just saying that he had a good fight with Bivol. Richards did, so I don't know. I just want to see more of the kid. He's very inactive, and there's been a big hype against him. But now Fast Eddie's turned on him. I don't know what's going on with Eddie Hearn, but he's losing some fighters. He's lost Lawrence Okole already, and now he's lost Joshua Buatsi. But saying that, he did sign music, didn't he? At the weekend? He signed that. That would be a good fight. That little Mexican who come over here the other day from South Central in America, LA. Is it Paseco, whatever he's called. He looks all right. He's got a poor defence. Like he needs to tighten up that defence, but um, he signed him, and he's got the Puerto Rican American lad who's at the same weight as him. I forgot what his bloody name is. Edgar Berlanga, that's it. Hearn's got both of them. And obviously Mexican, Puerto Rican, they always make great fights them. So I'd like to see that. Anyway, let's move on to the next subject. What's the next subject? I'm running out of subjects. Is it Cool Breeze? Salute to you, bro. Thanks for coming through. Hope you're well. Yeah, good man, Cool Breeze. I haven't seen him for a while, but he always come through. Salute to you, brother. Hope you're well out there. Is anyone watching this? Is it tomorrow? This snooze fest. Big Belly Miller versus Lucas Belly Brown. Is anyone? I'm going to watch this for a laugh. Me, I mean, it shouldn't take piss out on because at the end of the day they're both boxers and they've done more than I'll ever do. So it's not for me really to take the mick out of them. But it's just funny that it's mad to think that one was a former heavyweight champion. I know it was only the regular or whatever it's called now. And the other one had the golden opportunity of winning all three titles and could have done and ended up being a head cheat. It's mad to think that Miller. He threw his gift away, what he'll never get now. And Jarrell Miller will never fight for a world title. I don't think he will. Never. Never ever. And it shows you now because he's fighting washed up fighters like Lucas Brown. I mean, God, Dave Allen, who's washed up and retired about 50 times over here, Dave Allen sorted him out 4 or 5 years ago. He fastened his hat on. L-Dub, salute to you, bro. Hope you're good out there. Thanks for coming through. I mean, is anyone watching it? I think Miller will duff him up. I mean, didn't Lucas Brown knock out Junior Farr not so long ago? Well, my dreaming that I thought I never saw it, but I thought I read it. L-Double now. Did Lucas Brown knock out Junior Farr, L-Dub? Sure he did. But yeah, that'll be. I'm gonna watch that. I just want because I just buzz off Gerald Miller. He's funny. I do. He's one of the greatest shit talkers ever in boxing. Now, that's one thing I'll always remember that guy for. He's got a great. He's one of the best shit talkers you'll ever see in boxing. Um, I'll watch that tomorrow, me, just to see what Miller's like. Because when I did watch his first fight when he come back, he piled on a hell of a lot of weight. I think that's pretty much it. There's not much else to talk about. Oh, I did see. I know I keep pulling this up. I did see Big Joe and Zhang met the other day, and I didn't realise. I thought Zhang was bigger than Joe Joyce, but he isn't. Joe Joyce is taller, only by a little shimmy, an inch or so. But that's a fight I'm looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to that. I think boxing. We've got some good fights coming up, man. You got Caleb Plant and David Benavides next week. That's going to be a brilliant fight. EJ, salute to you, brother. Yes, main man EJ, salute to you, bro. Hope you're good out there. Yeah, I'm good. You? Thanks for coming through. Appreciate that, EJ. Appreciate your support, man. I really do. You're a good brother, you. Um, yeah, like I say, I was listening to your Don King signed a Adrian. Do you mean AB? Adrian Broner? Do you mean Adrian Broner? What do you think? I think that's. Oh, I think Broner's. I don't know. Broner's. He's finished. I think if I'm and or not. Yeah, AB. Yeah, I think he's finished. Me, EJ. Yeah, well, yeah. He hasn't let his hands go since Maidana. He's still got his hands in his pockets, and it's a shame because I used to like AB. He's a funny dude. But yeah, I was listening to you actually, EJ, the other week, last week, on your live stream, and I agree with what you were saying about Plant and Benavides. I think I can see Caleb Plant Benavides fight going exactly the same way as the Plant Canelo fight. LSD, did you talk about? No, forgot about that. Yeah, I've got a picture up on that. I watched your video today, Stormy. No, yeah, Jesus, yeah, I forgot about that. Ramirez and Gabe Rosario, yeah. Do you know what? I'm gonna go for Gabe Rosario. Might be getting fucking. I might get shafted for it, but I'm gonna go for Gabe Rosario. Me, I don't think that Zardo's all that good. Me, what people make out he is. Well, he didn't do much against Bivol. He did fuck all against Bivol, apart from get fucking schooled. And Gabe's a tough lad, Gabe Rosario. He's the man's game as fuck. Oh, it's been cancelled. Are you joking? Fucking hell. Oh, no way. I did watch some of your video today because it was on my dinner. Have you done a video saying it was cancelled? Because I'm sure you did a video talking about the fight, didn't you, Stormy? Or was that yesterday? Yeah, Ramirez missed weight today by 12 pounds over. Bloody hell. Fucking hell, so no boxing tomorrow night then. What's EJ put? Wow. Cool Breeze put, yeah, fight's off. Fight is off. That's fucking hell. I was looking forward to that as well. That'd have been a good fight. Ramirez, dumb up. Fucking hell, yeah. Forgot all about that, Stormy. I didn't know it had been cancelled. So that's shit. I was going to say, because I think this is going to be a really good year for boxing. Because that was a good fight. What I was looking forward to. I think Plant's going to get swiped out next week off Benavides. I think. Don't get me wrong. I do like Caleb Plant. I'm a bit biased to what he did against Durrell. Sorry, I didn't like that what he did against Durrell, but I do like Caleb Plant because the kid's come from nowhere and he can box. He's got good movement. So sweet left hook. He's got sweet hands. That's why they call him sweet hands. He's got good movement. I'm calling it Lardo Ramirez from now on. Ramirez is doomed up. Yeah, doomed up. Doomed up. Yeah, Lardo. Lardo. To be fair though, Stormy, he is a big he is a big light heavyweight. Because when you watched him against Bivol, I don't consider Bivol as a big light heavyweight, but I don't think he's small by any means. And he dwarfed Bivol. He made Bivol look like that. But yeah, it is sad, EJ. Yeah, that's terrible. Okay, I'll keep getting loads of notifications. Fuck off. How does anyone see that Plant fight going? Who would you have got exactly? Sorry, out of Gabe Rosario and Ramirez. Who would you gone for? I'd have gone for Gabe Rosario. Me, I think. Plant's going to get duffed up. He'll get dog walked. I think he'll have some good rounds. And Benavides, everything he hits Benavides with, I just think it'll bounce off him. And Benavides will chop him down and then knock him out. He got knocked out off Canelo. There's no way on earth Canelo hits as hard as Benavides. Nowhere near. I don't think so anyway. You got Ryan Garcia. That is fight I'm looking for. Ryan Garcia and Tank Davies. I think Ryan Garcia might have a couple of good rounds because kid's got speed, man. He's going to catch Tank. I think for me, Tank headhunts too much. He just seems to be looking for the big punch all the time now. Like I was saying last week, I don't see Tank use his skill as much as what he used to do. Not saying he doesn't use his skill and hasn't got boxing skills, but what I'm saying is, I just think that Tank's just relying on his power now, and I see him all the time taking shots what he doesn't need to take because he's constantly headhunting and looking for that big right hand. Is it right hand? I don't know actually if he's orthodox or southpaw, but his big punch. That's what I'm trying to say. But I can see that similar to that fight against Benavides. I can just see, I can see Ryan Garcia hitting him with a few good shots because he's got speed, he's got some power. But I just see Tank catching him, and then when he catches him, it's just good night Vienna. It's lights out for that boy. If Luke Campbell can put you on your arse, and there's no way that Luke Campbell hits as hard as Tank Davies, not in a month of Sundays. So I just think that he might go disappearing when Tank hits him. But this is boxing. You never know in the sport of boxing. It only takes, as we all know, I don't need to try and lecture anyone, but we all know that one punch can turn a whole game around. Never forget forgot who it was. Danny Williams was fighting some dude. Danny Williams used to be a British heavyweight over here. Maybe you would know, EJ. He was fighting some lad. I think he was a white guy. Don't know who he was. And Danny Williams dislocated his shoulder, and he was getting beat up. And then he ended. The ref was going to stop the fight. If you go on YouTube and look, you'll see the fight. And Danny Williams ended up catching this guy with. You see him. His shoulders come out of place, and his arms out there. And his shoulders sticking out. He's dislocated his shoulder. And I think his corner said you've got one round. And this dude was pummeling Danny Williams, pummeling him. And then Danny Williams just threw this one punch, this uppercut, caught this guy on the chin, bang, gone. The guy was gone. He got knocked out off a guy with one arm, and a dislocated shoulder. So that proves that boxing, that one punch can just change everything around. But yeah, right, I'm gonna get up out of here. I think. Um, Thanks for coming through. Just the usual shit. I was going to talk about Fury, but I've been banging on about it all week. His name is Mark Potter. Was Mark Potter? Right? Yes. 88 Sports Talk. Salute to you, brother. Wow, I haven't seen you for a minute. Hope you're good. Thanks for coming through. Danny beat him with one arm. Yeah, that's it. That's it, EJ. Yeah. Yes, I spoke about that. I'm going to watch that, EJ. I'm going to watch that tomorrow. Excuse me, Jarrell versus Lucas Brown. It's in Saudi, isn't it, brother? This Saturday, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to watch that for a fucking laugh, me. I want to see what Miller's got left. Because when I did see him come back after his ban, he put on a lot of weight. Hell of a lot of weight. And he still had an engine, but he was not the engine what he had before we all knew he was on pads. Lost two favourite pad cheats. Oh, God. Don't even get me. Do you know what, Mike? I don't go in on Miller anymore. I don't go in on him anymore because I just think it's not fair because all these other ones who have got away with it, like Canelo Alvarez, Dillian White, Tyson Fury, Conor Benn, Billy Joe Saunders. I mean, the list goes on. Do you know what I mean? Many other fighters, and they've all come up with excuses and got away with it, or small little bands, or no bands at all. So, I mean, I do believe that Miller was on three different types of pads, but it doesn't matter if he was on 10. Pads are pads, aren't they? Doesn't matter if you're on one kind and he's on 10. Doesn't matter. Pads are pads. If you're taking performance enhancing drugs, you're taking performance enhancing drugs. You're a cheat. You're a cheat, and that's plain and simple. But like I say, look at Conor Benn now. He's ranked number. Is it number 7 by the WBA? WBC, sorry. And you can David Benavidez scale up on 12 rounds for Benavidez. Yeah. I spoke about that. Do you think he's going to go 12 rounds, or are you just saying 12? Oh right, 12 rounds for the interim, but yeah, that ain't going 12 rounds. Man. Benavidez, he said 6 rounds. That's it. He's out of there. And I never knew they hated each other that much, EJ. There's bad blood between them, real bad blood. I was watching it on, oh God, what's the network? Showtime. Showtime did a thing on YouTube the other night. I was watching it, and I never knew they hated each other like that. And they've hated each other for years and years, apparently. So that makes that a mouthwater. It's always great when fighters hate each other because you always know someone's going to get emotional. Might let his emotionals get the better of him. Yeah, KO in 12. Yeah, me too. I go with that. March 21st, Manchester, England title. Lawrence Okoli versus Dick. Yeah, Okoli's WBO. I don't know, I'd have to say Okoli, and the reason why I'd say that, EJ, is because every time I go against Okoli, he bloody wins. So he's sort of like you know what I mean? I've gone for Okoli, lose a couple of times, and every time I do, he wins. I remember when he fought the lad for the British title, when they were both unbeaten. I can't remember the guy's name now, but I had the other lad to win, and Nicole fucking smashed him. So yeah. What do you think about Cole leaving Matchroom and Boatsi? April 1st, London Zone. Look at EJ, man. It's like a fucking library. He knows everything, man. London, the Zone, Anthony Joshua, Franklin. Uh, I would have to say, I'd say AJ, but I tell you what, I think it'll be a good fight, man. Franklin, Mike told me about him, And I was like, nah, he's a bum, he's a bum. I watched him. Watch that fight with Dillian White. No way did Dillian White win that fight. No way. I'm sorry, but disagreed to agree, whatever. I had Franklin won that fight, and he was a hell of a lot better than what I thought he was. Man could take, but he's got fast hands for a chubby dude as well. Like Mike said, he wasn't even in shape. What would he have been if he was in shape? Well, old boy said that contract wasn't right, and he's going to get locked in an extension. Who, Mike? Who you on about? Who you on about, brother? Lance Coley did the right thing, leaving. Yeah, a small platform in the UK. Yeah. But Watsy's done it now. But the only thing is, though, EJ, I never knew. Eddie Earn revealed today that he was offered. Buatsi was offered £1 million. Oh right, yeah, Buatsi, yeah. He was offered £1 million to fight fucking Bivol, and he turned it down because he was talking silly about fucking. Well, I can understand where he's coming from because he was like he was saying no one even saw that Richards fight. I think Eddie Earn's in trouble, man. I don't think he's in trouble, but that's it. That's the thing with promoters, though. It must happen in the US because it's always happened over here. 1 minute Frank's on top, then Frank, when you think Frank's dead and buried, he comes back up from out the blue. But actually, don't like Eddie. Yeah, it could be EJ. Yeah. He's lost a few good fighters, though, hasn't he? But the thing with Eddie, he's always got the pick of like the Olympians, hasn't he? And the up and coming talent. Whereas I don't know if Frank has. I know at one time, didn't Eddie Earn used to go up to Sheffield and pick all the best? But like you say, when you think Frank's been buried a few times, but he's like Bob Arum, man, and Don King. The boy knows how to come back. He's just a he's been in the sport that long. April the 15th, BT Sports Jojo, yeah, Zilzang, yeah. Is it Zilly Zhang? Or am I saying that wrong? But that's a great fight. I think, do you know what, EJ? I think I've always, the last 3 years, I've always gone with Joe Joyce. I'm not too sure about that, brother. Excuse me. I think that's a tough fight, that. That's a hard night's work for anyone. I think that's a 50-50 fight, that. Why doesn't Sky have any American male fighters? They've got Clarissa Shield. Because what it is, Cool Breeze, with Sky, the only way I can answer that, I mean, EJ would answer it a lot better than me because EJ knows a hell of a lot more about boxing than me. But my only take I could say about that is because it's obviously just a British like network platform. They do have American fighters. Well, the I think Ben Shalom is trying to sign anyone, but like you say, he's got Chris Shields. I don't know. I don't know if they invest in just keeping home ground or do they don't invest looking abroad. It must be that the zone's got them. Maybe, yeah, could be because Eddie loves signing American fighters. He's just signed. He signed Belanga, didn't he, at the weekend or during last week? Edgar Belanga. The women from the US fight over here. Yeah, true. That's very true. They come over here. Yeah. I will give Eddie Earn his due for that, man. That's one thing. I don't like Eddie Earn, but one thing, ticket selling is not good. Where in the US, the women in over the women from the US fight over here, ticket selling not that good. Where do you mean, EJ, in the US or over here? Because to my knowledge, bloody hell, the women can sell fights over it. Well, Krista Shields and Savannah Marshall did that. O2 was rocking. I was listening to Boxing Wave. He went there. Oh, for the man, right? Yeah. USA man, right? Yeah, yeah. Because don't know, the Brits are very like. Would you say, EJ? The Brits are very like. If you're not from over here, I'm not saying that with everyone, because I tell you what, Mike Tyson was loved over here. One thing, that's why, yeah, Mike Tyson was loved over here. Imagine Mike Tyson, I think, was loved all around the world. But I've always found, though, that I listen to a lot of American channels, and a lot of American channels, I won't say a lot, but I have heard a few American channels say, oh, yes, exactly, EJ, he was loved over here. I seem to think that Tyson was loved over here more by the Brits than what he was in America, because I've heard a lot, I wouldn't say a lot, but I have heard American channels say Tyson was a bum, he never fought anyone, stuff like that. I don't know. I just get the vibe that Mike Tyson wasn't as loved as much in the US as what he was over here. See, EJ's put, I agree. Was Floyd loved over here? Floyd Mayweather? Um, I would say yes by the hardcores, no by the casuals. I think, I think, I think Floyd. I think Floyd. See, with Floyd, a lot of people don't like him outside of the ring because he is a knobhead outside of the ring. I don't like him, but in the ring, as a boxer, you can't take it away from him. I agree. EJ was going to say that AB, you should have signed overseas. Floyd was loved, not like Mike though. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. I don't know what it is about Mike Tyson, but over here, Mike Tyson was loved over here. Still is loved over here. The British people love Mike Tyson. They always have done. I don't know why, but they did. As we saw last weekend. Yeah, yeah. I'll give this guy. I think I've seen him before. I'll give him a wrench. What the hell does that, managing? Yeah, I'll just give you a wrench. Thermos GQ. I can't read, mate. I'm fucking thick as fuck, me. But, but yeah, I don't know what it is about Mike Tyson. Mike was just loved over it. Still is loved over it. Like he was one of our own. Don't know. The British people just love Mike Tyson for some reason. Boy, tickets didn't do good in London. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's but Floyd Mayweather is liked over. I know one thing. My stepdad loved Floyd Mayweather. Absolutely loved him. Thought he was brilliant. I like Floyd. I was a Mikel Cotto for big fan though as well. I was, um, but I did like Floyd. But out, like I say, outside the ring, I think Floyd's a fucking tool. I think he's a fucking muppet, especially when he wears all them fucking horse riding shoes and shit like that. He's a fucking mad dude. Floyd is. But in the ring, Oscar De La Hoya, another one. Don't like that guy. But in the ring, fucking phenomenal fighter, De La Hoya. I fought back in the day. Don't get me. Well, obviously, he robbed Pernell Whitaker of that win. I'm not saying that, but I did like Oscar De La Hoya as a fighter. There's been some good fighters. I like Floyd too. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Right, I'm gonna get up out of here. Fucking chest infection, man. Thanks for coming through. I'm sorry to cut it short. I'm 49 minutes, but it's getting late. It's nearly time for bed. Yes, AB should have signed with Eddie. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He ain't gonna do fuck all with Don King, man. He'll make some money, but I don't know when was last time AB ever even fought. Can anyone answer that? I can't think when the last time AB fought. It's got to be, what, 2 years ago? Maybe more? It's got to be, hasn't he? I don't know. I know I haven't seen AB up in there for ages. But I remember, can't remember his last fight, but who he fought, but I remember his last. I always remember KC going on about it, saying he'd done the same thing he did in his last fight. Had his hands still in his pockets. Promised everyone he was going to let his hands go, and he never did. So, I don't know. But yeah, I'm up out of here. Cool breeze, whatever your name is, GQ, EJ, Mike, Tyrone, Stormy. I'm gonna bounce, man. Hope you all have a good weekend. I'm gutted about that Zardo fight and Gabe Rosario. I was looking forward to that. Maybe he should move up to cruiserweight or something. Peace to you, man. I'm sorry for butchering your name. I'm thick as fuck, mate, when it comes to fucking reading and shit. But hey, yo, is what it is. Hope you all have a good weekend. EJ, everyone, thanks for coming through. Peace out.